Hello students, this is Mr. Anderson and this lesson is on graphing the square root function. Let's take a look at the parent equation y equals the square root of x, and we'll use an input-output table and then plot the ordered pairs and connect the points. The parent equation is this y equals the square root of x, and when you do this, all we're going to do is take our input values and substitute those in for x. Square root of 0 is 0. When we put in 1, the square root of 1 is 1. When we put in 4, we'll get an output of 2 because the square root of 4 is 2. And when we put in 9, the square root of 9 is 3, so our output is 3. And now all you have is a set of ordered pairs. And you can go ahead and plot those points. First ordered pair is 0, 0. So let's go over here and plot that right on the origin. 1, 1, so we're going to go right 1 and up 1. 4, 2. And then 9, 3. And now we can connect our points, and there it is. One thing I need to point out to you is the fact that there's not an arrow going to the left or down from the origin. The reason for that is this. If one of our input values, our x values, was -1, and we put that into our parent equation, and you put in the square root of -1 into a calculator, you would end up with a message that says error, or maybe domain error, or math error, or possibly syntax error. What the calculator is telling you is this. When you take the square root of -1, you end up with something that is not a real number. And you cannot graph numbers that are not real on the Cartesian plane. So for that reason, you cannot have an arrow going to the left of this point here at the origin. Let's take a look at a few other examples. Y equals 2 times the square root of x. And when we put in our input values, the square root of 0 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. When we put in a value of 1 for x, square root of 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. When you put in 4, square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. When you put in a value of 9, square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And so now you have an ordered pair of 0, 0. That's your first ordered pair there. 1, 2, so we're going to go right 1 and up 2. 4, 4. And 9, 6. And now we're going to connect our points. And we still have this shape here, which we're going to call the top of an R. That's the shape of the square root function. Let's take a look at another one. This one's y equals 1/2 x, the square root of x. And so when we do this, square root of 0 is 0. Half of 0 is 0. When we put in 1, the square root of 1 is 1. Half of 1 is 1/2. When we put in 4, the square root of 4 is 2. Half of 2 is 1. And when we put in 9, the square root of 9 is 3. Half of 3 is 1.5. You will have some fractional things here to plot, obviously, according to our chart. And so let's look at this. 0, 0. We all know where that is. One, 1/2. So we're going to go right 1, up half of a piece. 4, 1. And 9, up 1.5. And it's a little skinnier, but that's what the graph of this looks like. It is still the top of an R. Try this one on your own. So you have to pause the video here and then come back and check. When you do this one, you have the square root of x now minus 2. And so when you plug in our x values, the square root of 0 is 0. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. When we put in 1, the square root of 1 is 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. When we put in 4, the square root of 4 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. And when we put in 3, the square root of, when we put in 9, the square root of 9 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. And now we're going to go ahead and plot these points. 0, negative 2. 1, negative 1. 4, 0. And 9, 1. And we're going to connect those points. And we still have the top of an R, and there it is.